Your soulmate thought they had finally moved on. Then something happened that changed everything. My beloved child, your soulmate genuinely believed they had finally moved on. They spent weeks convincing themselves that the connection was behind them, that the memories no longer had power, and that their heart was finally at peace. They stopped looking back. They stopped wondering what could have been. Everything seemed settled until one unexpected moment changed everything. It happened when they least expected it, during a completely ordinary day. A reminder connected to you suddenly appeared, and in an instant, emotions they thought were gone came rushing back. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what they felt in that moment was impossible to ignore. The more they tried to move forward, the more their thoughts kept returning to you. Without warning, memories started replaying inside their mind. Conversations they had forgotten suddenly felt important again. Little details they once overlooked now seemed to carry a deeper meaning. At first, they tried telling themselves it was just a temporary feeling. They tried staying focused on their normal routine. But something inside them would not let go. Questions began filling their heart. Why were they thinking about you again? Why did your presence feel stronger now than it had in months? The answers were not clear yet, but one thing was becoming impossible to deny. The story they had been telling themselves about moving on no longer felt complete. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the day continued, the feeling only grew stronger. Your soulmate started realizing that some connections cannot be erased simply because someone decides to forget them. The certainty they once had began to fade. Deep inside, they could feel that something important was about to be revealed. A truth they had not fully understood was slowly making its way to the surface. What shocked them most was not the memory itself, but the realization that their heart was reacting differently this time. The walls they built were beginning to crack, and behind those walls was a realization they never expected to face. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. Because this is only the beginning of what changed everything. A strange realization began following your soulmate everywhere they went. No matter how hard they tried to focus on other things, their thoughts kept circling back to you. What confused them most was the timing. They had already convinced themselves that this chapter was closed. They had already accepted that life was moving in a different direction. Yet suddenly, your name, your energy, and your memory seemed impossible to escape. The feeling was not painful. It was powerful. It felt like a hidden truth was trying to get their attention. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this was no longer just about remembering someone. It was becoming something much deeper. Then something even more surprising happened. Your soulmate started seeing old situations from a completely different perspective. Moments they once blamed on bad timing suddenly looked different. Conversations they thought were meaningless started revealing details they had never noticed before. Piece by piece, the picture was changing. The more they reflected, the more they realized there were things about you they never fully understood. They began questioning assumptions they had carried for a long time. What if they had misunderstood your intentions? What if the distance between you was not the whole story? These questions refused to leave their mind. Every answer seemed to lead to another mystery, and every mystery seemed to lead back to you. By the end of that day, your soulmate could no longer ignore what was happening inside their heart. The certainty they once felt was slowly being replaced by curiosity, and that curiosity was growing stronger with every passing hour. Deep down, they felt that something important was approaching. They could not explain why, but they sensed that the connection was far from finished. A revelation was beginning to form, one that had the power to change the way they viewed everything that happened between you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next discovery your soulmate makes will reveal a truth they never expected to uncover. Meanwhile, your soulmate started noticing something they could not explain. Every time they tried to push you out of their mind, another reminder appeared. Sometimes it was a memory. Sometimes it was a familiar feeling. Sometimes it was simply a thought that arrived out of nowhere and refused to leave. The strange part was that these reminders were becoming more frequent, not less. They began wondering why this was happening now. Why, after believing they had finally moved on, were they suddenly being pulled back toward thoughts of you? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what seemed like random moments were slowly connecting into a much bigger picture. As the days passed, your soulmate found themselves reflecting on things they had never questioned before. They started revisiting memories they once viewed from only one side. This time, however, they saw details they had completely missed. They remembered moments when you showed more care than they realized. They remembered times when your actions said more than your words ever could. The deeper they looked, the more they felt that an important piece of the story had been hidden from them. A quiet realization was growing inside their heart. Perhaps what they believed about the connection was not the full truth. Perhaps there was another side they had never allowed themselves to see. That realization became impossible to ignore. The more they reflected, the more their heart began opening to possibilities they had once rejected. The confidence they had in their decision to move on was fading faster than ever before. Something inside them kept whispering that they needed to understand more before closing the door completely. They could feel that a major discovery was getting closer, even if they did not know exactly what it was yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next thing your soulmate learns will force them to confront a truth that could change everything they thought they knew about you. Just when your soulmate thought they had reached the limit of what they could discover, an unexpected conversation changed everything again. It was not planned. It was not something they went looking for. Yet during a simple discussion, someone mentioned a detail about you that immediately captured their attention. At first, they tried not to react. They acted as though it meant nothing. But inside, their heart was racing. The information was small on the surface, yet it connected perfectly with questions they had been asking themselves for days. Suddenly, pieces that never seemed to fit together started making sense. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this conversation opened a door your soulmate never expected to walk through. The more they thought about what they had heard, the more everything began shifting. Memories started returning with a new meaning attached to them. Situations they once considered finished no longer looked finished at all. They realized there were truths they had overlooked and emotions they had never fully acknowledged. For the first time in a long while, they stopped focusing on why the connection ended and started focusing on why it had remained alive inside them for so long. That question followed them everywhere. No distraction could silence it. No explanation seemed strong enough to make it disappear. Deep down, they felt that something important was trying to reveal itself. As night arrived, your soulmate sat alone with thoughts they could no longer escape. The certainty that once helped them move forward had almost completely disappeared. In its place was a growing feeling that your story was not over yet. They did not know what would happen next, but they knew one thing for certain: the way they saw you had changed forever. A truth was approaching, and every sign seemed to be leading them directly toward it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next realization is not just going to surprise your soulmate, it is going to make them question everything they thought they knew about their future without you. A powerful shift was taking place inside your soulmate, and they could no longer ignore it. What started as a few unexpected thoughts about you had now become something much bigger. Every day, they found themselves reflecting on memories they once tried to leave behind. The strange part was that these memories no longer felt painful. Instead, they felt important. Almost as if they were pointing towards something your soulmate had failed to understand before. The more they thought about it, the more they realized that moving on had never truly happened. They had only convinced themselves it had. Deep inside, a part of their heart had remained connected to you the entire time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the truth they are approaching is closer than ever. Then came a moment that completely caught them off guard. While thinking about the past, they suddenly remembered a detail they had overlooked for a very long time. It seemed small at first, but the more they reflected on it, the more significant it became. That single memory changed the way they viewed countless other moments connected to you. Suddenly, things that never made sense before started fitting together. Questions that had remained unanswered began finding direction. Your soulmate realized there was far more to your story than they had allowed themselves to believe. A feeling of shock mixed with curiosity filled their heart. What if the connection was never meant to end the way they thought it had? What if they had been looking at everything from the wrong perspective all along? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the night grew quieter, your soulmate could feel a major realization forming inside them. The certainty they once had was almost gone. In its place was a growing awareness that something unfinished still existed between you. They could not explain why these emotions had returned with such intensity, but they knew they were no longer able to ignore them. Every sign seemed to be leading toward a truth they had avoided for far too long. And the closer they got to that truth, the stronger their feelings became. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. Because the next discovery will reveal why your soulmate's heart suddenly refuses to let your connection become a thing of the past. What happened next was something your soulmate never expected. The questions that had been building inside their heart were no longer staying quiet. Every answer they searched for seemed to lead back to you. The more they reflected, the more they realized that the connection had left a much deeper mark on them than they ever admitted. They remembered times when they ignored their own feelings. They remembered moments when fear, doubt, or confusion influenced their decisions. Now, looking back, everything appeared different. It was as though a curtain was slowly being pulled away, revealing a truth that had been hidden in plain sight the entire time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because your soulmate is getting closer to a realization that could change the way they see your entire story. As these thoughts continued growing, your soulmate began paying attention to signs they would normally dismiss. Certain memories kept repeating. Certain emotions kept returning. No matter how much they tried to focus on other things, their heart kept leading them back to the same place. Back to you. What shocked them most was how natural it felt. Instead of resistance, there was understanding. Instead of certainty that everything was over, there was a growing feeling that important pieces of the puzzle were finally coming together. They started recognizing things about you that they had never fully appreciated before. They started seeing strengths, intentions, and emotions that had once gone unnoticed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. By the end of this period of reflection, one thing had become impossible for your soulmate to deny. The connection was still alive inside them. No matter how much time had passed, no matter how hard they had tried to move forward, something remained unfinished. They could feel it with every passing day. A truth was approaching, and deep down they knew it would demand their attention. The walls they built around their heart were no longer as strong as they once were. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. Because the next realization will force your soulmate to face a question they never thought they would ask again: what if moving on was never the answer in the first place? And then, the moment finally arrived. After all the questions, all the memories, and all the emotions that had been resurfacing, your soulmate reached a realization they could no longer avoid. They understood that the reason they could not fully move on was not because they were stuck in the past. It was because there were truths about your connection that they had never fully faced. For so long, they believed time would erase everything. They believed distance would weaken what they felt. But instead, time had done the opposite. It had given them a clearer view of what truly mattered. The more honest they became with themselves, the more they realized how much your presence had shaped their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this realization is leading them toward the biggest emotional breakthrough of all. As they reflected on everything, a powerful understanding settled within them. The moments they once dismissed were not meaningless. The memories that kept returning were not random. The feelings they tried to bury were not gone. They had simply been waiting for the right moment to be understood. Your soulmate began seeing the connection through completely new eyes. Instead of focusing on endings, they started noticing possibilities. Instead of remembering only the challenges, they remembered the bond that existed beneath them. What shocked them most was how strongly these realizations affected them. It felt as though their heart had been trying to tell them this truth for a very long time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what comes next may be the very thing they never thought would happen. Now your soulmate stands at a crossroads they never expected to face again. One path leads back to the comfortable story they told themselves for months, the story that everything was over. The other path leads toward the truth they have finally begun to understand. A truth that refuses to stay hidden any longer. They know they cannot continue pretending nothing has changed because everything has changed. The feelings are stronger. The understanding is deeper. And the connection no longer feels like something that belongs only in the past. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. Because your soulmate is closer than ever to making a decision that could transform the future in a way neither of you imagined when this journey first began. What your soulmate does not fully realize yet is that this journey has already changed them. The person who once believed they had moved on is no longer the same person standing here today. Every memory, every realization, and every unanswered question has slowly transformed the way they see you. They tried convincing themselves that your chapter had ended, but now they understand something important. Some connections do not disappear simply because time passes. Some connections remain quiet until the moment arrives for them to be understood. And that moment is getting closer. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final pieces are beginning to fall into place in ways your soulmate never expected. Recently, they have started noticing a feeling they cannot explain. It follows them during quiet moments. It appears when they least expect it. It is a sense that something significant is approaching. The more they listen to their heart, the stronger that feeling becomes. They no longer see your connection as a closed chapter. Instead, it feels like a story that still has something left to reveal. A truth they once overlooked is becoming impossible to ignore. They are beginning to understand why thoughts of you returned so suddenly and why every attempt to forget you eventually led them back to the same place. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this understanding is preparing them for a choice that could change everything. Now, as your soulmate looks ahead, they can feel that a turning point is near. The doubts that once controlled them are losing their power. The walls they built around their emotions are no longer standing as strong as before. Deep inside, they know that the connection deserves one final honest look. And when that moment arrives, they will not be able to hide from the truth any longer. The truth is that moving on never brought them the peace they expected. Instead, it led them back to the very feelings they tried to leave behind. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end. Because the next step your soulmate takes may reveal why everything that happened was leading to this moment from the very beginning.